tell them who you are, actually.
So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Tommy Barber. I am a local business owner, graduate of Live Oak High School. I'm a Watsonite back in before the turn of the century. I'll just leave it at that. But no, man, Danny and I have been friends now for about 15 years. He got me hooked on red wine, and that's kind of going to be our niche thing here while we're doing our podcast, because the longer you watch the podcast, the more we drink, the funnier it'll probably get.
Or more dangerous.
Or more dangerous, yep.
Because me and this microphone, we're going to be fighting, I tell you.
There you go. It'll win every time.
Every time.
So who are you and what are you doing here?
Well, I'm your sidekick. That's my role, right? Pretty much.
Sure.
Is. No, like you said, we've known each other for 20 plus years, I think. Was it 15 or 20?
15.
A long time.
15.
I can't count.
Well, we're like two brothers from another mother.
That is factual.
That is definitely a fact.
And so I'm a transplant. So I'm not originally from Louisiana. I'm a military guy. I was spent 6 years in the United States Navy on a submarine. So that was enjoyable. And then I moved here started a business to clean up radioactive material. Figure that. So we dealt with a lot of NORM, which is naturally occurring stuff in the state, oil and gas work, and then with the DOE and such. And then I retired. I think, we met through mutual friends for business.
Yep.
Because you took over your business.
Took over my family business. Yep. In 2005.
And you grew your business. I grew my business. I decided to sell and get out, sort of semi-retire. And then once I did that, he pulled me out of retirement. We did a bunch of stuff together.
It's not my fault.
You were bored, is what you told me.
That I was.
That you were.
That I was.
And then we've been going on since ever then. That's basically here today.
Yep. And so we will see where this podcast takes us. Once again, we're just going to tell you, man, we're not laying anything out here. We're not doing anything real specific. We're just going to hang out and do whatever happens, what happens. So we've got topics. So like we're setting up some social media, which Tim and Melody back there is trying to keep us halfway straight. God bless them. Hey, do we have a makeup girl? I need some powder or something.
I'm blind.
No powder or nothing. We're not that sophisticated yet. Maybe on the third episode.
I'll start running a tube.
Yeah, you need something with that glare on that forehead there, buddy.
So,
all right. Nah, but we got some future topics coming up, so we're going to lay a few things out. Like we're going to do some top 10 countdowns of some stuff. We're going to bring in some hunting because I do a lot of hunting. I've got some buddies who I hunt with. We've literally traveled the world hunting. So we're going to bring some people in, talk about when I went to New Zealand, talk about Argentina, South Africa. Okay. Got some really great friends up in Canada who I hunt with a lot. They've come down to Louisiana a lot. Got some friends in Utah who run a fishing outfitter up in Alaska. And they come down here a lot. Great, great, great people. I'm going to have them on the show. We're going to talk about them, see what they can, tell us about how they set their stuff up, what they do. What else we got for topics?
Well, I mean, as you can see, most of our stuff is probably travel related in some way or form. But we'll do other things. We'll have some other special guests with some music, right?
Oh, yeah. We're going to try to bring on a couple of cats who are involved in local music. Chris LeBlanc, for example, member of the Louisiana Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's somebody I want to reach out to and have a discussion with about trying to get him on the podcast. Chris is such a great dude. He's so rock and roll, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's laid back.
Yeah, and then believe it or not, there's a cat named Justin McCoy. He's actually on the road a good bit now with John Foster.
That's right.
Yep, and he actually cuts my hair, which I need a haircut right now. Guess I could have got one before we did the first podcast.
Possibly.
Make me look cute. But no, I think we can get Justin on. He's part of another band called AM/FM who played at my daughter's wedding.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they were great, man. They were great. I was, had a good time there.
How'd you meet? Has he always been your barber?
No. So my daughter got out of high school. She wanted to open up her own hair salon and nail salon and stuff. So she went to work at another place called Soho. And as she started doing that, Justin worked there. And then Justin left there and created his own place. Well, I just went over with him because he cut dude's hair. And then from there, he cuts my hair, stayed friends, and he does a lot of music and stuff. He's supposed to be giving me guitar lessons, but he's either gone or I'm gone most of the time, so we haven't been able to do it yet. So we'll see.
Well, I have zero musical talent, so that's not going to happen for me for sure.
Well, you can sit back there and just act like you're doing something.
I'll just pour wine.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I do.
That's
best.
a good job for you.
That is potentially my only talent is drinking wine. I'm very good at that.
You're definitely pretty good at that. So a couple other things we're going to do too in future topics is Wine 101, which we're looking so forward to that. We're going to do Wine 101, then we're going to do Wine 102, 103, and eventually make it to like 199.
199.
Yeah. But no, we're going to do a Wine 101 class, just talk about different grapes and wines and regions. And the number one rule about drinking wine is very simple. It's a good bottle if
you like it.
You like it, and it's good a bottle. I like it too. So that's where we are now. So you want to tell them about the wine we're drinking now?
Well, we're drinking a little boutique wine out of California. It's called the winemakers are called Jessup.
Jessup.
So they don't sell through the grocery stores or anything like that.
Correct.
So you have to kind of get into their place and then get into the club, and they'll send it to you.
Yeah, no restaurants, no stores, no nothing. You got to buy straight from them. It's like 110-acre vineyard.
Yeah,
in southern Napa.
And we found out. Remember our very first trip to Napa, it's kind of
I'm still trying
story.
It was a fog, but I'm working on memories.
Yeah. So that was actually the very first time we met, if you remember.
Yes, it was. Yes,
so we show up with our accountant, your estate guy.
Yeah.
Dave Lisa was there. So Dave Mancuso is our kind of like our estate attorney. You'll meet him later in another conference podcast, I think.
Yep.
And then, so I had all the wives. I had Lisa, and then my wife, and your wife.
Oh, that shit show.
Yeah, and Wayne, and then his wife.
Oh my God, dude.
And we drove around in a limo all day long, sampling wineries and drinking champagne, because that was apparently their shtick. And then we were meeting it for dinner. Oh. They were flying in from Alaska. You tell the rest of it.
Oh man, David and I were in Alaska fishing. We land in San Francisco. I call my wife. She is smoked. I'm talking smoked. She's like, "Hey, we're with David, with Danny, we're with Wayne, and we're drinking champagne." And I said, "Yeah, I can tell, because anybody knows my wife. She ain't a big drinker. She'll sip on a few things, but apparently she must have sipped on a few more, because she was lit up." Right. And so we get into a car that Uber back then.
Because you were late. You were running.
Oh, we were late. We were running late.
Were we at the French Laundry or were we at Tesh? I forget.
Le Toque.
There we go.
They wound up at Le Toque. So we're riding in this car that picked us up and was taking us up to Napa, which is roughly an hour ride, give or take a little bit. And the driver heard me on the phone talking to her. It's like, "Well, we got to go to the restaurant, and then we got to stop. Well, we got to stop at the hotel, get changed. Then we're going to go to the restaurant." And he goes like, "Well, what restaurant?" I said, like, "I don't know, dude. I never heard of it. It's like Le Toque or something." He's like, "Le Toque." He just puts his foot down and floors it. And before I know it, we're doing like 90 on a curvy road trying to get into Napa, because he's like, "Dude, you can't be late for Le Toque or whatever." So true story behind that, that little rendezvous. We get to Le Toque. We walk in, we sit down. We both still smell like halibut and salmon.
Yeah, it's very, very, very unique odor.
Yes, it's a very unique odor. And so we're sitting down, we're eating dinner. Everybody, we order a couple bottles of wine, a couple bottles of champagne, Man, I pull out my credit card. This is 2010. 10. A
little pause, because before that, we've already had 5 or 6 bottles of wine, and they let me pick. There. So I was going to pay for the dinner. And I picked good wine.
Yes, he did.
And Tommy's like, no, I got it.
I'm going to buy this dinner. Slid my credit card on the backside to the waiter. He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure we're going to do that." You got to remember, this is when we first started drinking wine. I didn't know nothing about pricing of wine. I had no clue. I was an idiot. Well, I got this $8,000 bill. I was like, Yeah, I said a lot worse than that, Tim. I promise you, I said a lot worse than that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. I said, does that include tip too? They're like,
No.
nope. I was like, oh my goodness. So what it was is there was 4 couples, and each night a couple was going to get. So me being the guy I am, I'm going to get the first one right off the bat. Oh boy, did I get the first one all right. Whew, man, I got jack slapped on that.
But you got me later. That was funny.
Oh yeah, we did a few things to make up for it for sure.